going to try and very quickly film this opening clip before my battery dies on my phone. Hi everyone, my name is Chloe, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. Today's video is the start of a new weekly reading vlog. I'm actually going to vlog this week. I did start vlogging last week. I filmed like half of the week and then just had a bit of a rubbish weekend and didn't really want to pick up the camera, and there wasn't enough from the footage that I had earlier in the week to kind of make a full video, and I'd filmed an extra sit down video anyway, so I was like, I'm just going to put that up and then I'll put a vlog up. I don't think there is anything like of particular interest to add in from those clips from last week because I didn't really read much. I did go to the theatre, so I'll probably include that in a minute. I went to the theatre, went to see Mother Goose with Switch the Panto. There was a clip of me talking about going, and then a clip of me at the theatre and a clip of me afterwards, and so we'll probably put that in. And then the rest of the weekend I spent, well, when I wasn't just having a bit of a rubbish time, I spent the weekend watching a charity live stream that I watch every year, which is Project for Awesome. And I know I did like a long thing about that, about how like donations would have still been open when the vlog went up for like another few hours, but they're not open now, so there's no point in including that. But Project for Awesome is a thing that happened. It's one of my favourite times of every year, so I did watch that and that was a good time, and then just other things happened. Hello, guess who managed to remember to film a vlog clip on the Friday evening before I went to sleep? Also went to the theatre, came back and filmed 2 videos. I'm doing well. Not read anything, but I'm doing well with like other stuff. Theatre, let's talk about that first. That was a fun experience. I am not a panto lover, like I never have been. I didn't go to a lot of them as a kid. I can only ever remember going to one pantomime and didn't particularly love it, so we didn't like go back every year. Quite similar to how I am now, where I don't particularly love audience participation. Like I like it when the audience stays quiet and enjoys the show. That being said, I did have a fun time tonight. I kind of like was able to kind of get lost in it. It did feel a bit cringy sometimes when they were asking us to like shout things back. Like I do just feel a bit too awkward to do that, but it was fun. It was nice to see Ian McKellen on stage, obviously. Like always, like there were quite a lot of jokes about like Gandalf and Lord of the Rings, which was fun. Jokes about Shakespeare as well, and sort of him being like this well-respected actor, and then doing pantomime, which like no shade to that whatsoever. Like he very much seemed like he was enjoying himself, which was good. John Bishop was also very, very funny. Like he's not a comedian that I particularly like watch a lot of, but he was funny in what he was doing on stage. Anna Jane Casey was fantastic as the Goose. She got to sing Don't Rain on My Parade from Funny Girl in the middle of Act 2 and sounded as spectacular as I would expect her to be, because she is just like an amazing performer. If you watched the Sondheim and Friends concert that was on over Christmas and saw like any of the stuff she did on there, like she is fantastic. And yeah, it was a fun time. It was a fun evening. There were quite a lot of musical references in it, because each pantomime is obviously slightly different, and like they play to like different types of audiences and things like that. This one had like a nice balance of being like for kids. It then had like all the like more adult jokes or like the innuendos and things like that you would expect there to be, and then also had quite a lot of theatre references as well, which I found fun. Like there was a bit where the Goose was locked up and a prisoner number was 24601, and then she sang a bit from Les Mis, so I was like, love this. It was, saw it in the programme before we went in. I was like, there's going to be a Les Mis joke here, and there was, and it was perfect. There was like definitely less people laughing at that part than there were at some of the other parts, but I had a great time with that particular joke. And yeah, it was a fun time. I then come home and filmed 2 videos. So I filmed my Marvel of Farm Rex, which you actually should have seen both of these videos, hopefully, because I'm hoping to put one out on Saturday and one out on Monday. So I put Marvel of Farm Rex and then a tag that Gemma's tagged me in today. And I thought I would do it quickly while I sort of had the camera out. And then I think I'm pretty much up to date on videos now until next week, which will be TBR time, which seems way too close because I've barely read anything this month, because yes, I'm still very, very behind on the pages for the Blade itself. I think I'm just going to leave it till tomorrow and just really, really try and power through like near enough all of it tomorrow. I just keep seeing things pop up on the group chat that I've got going on with Meg and Lisa while I'm filming this, and I'm like, oh, they're reading it, I'm not. But I will get there. I'm going to try and actually sit and read it with the audiobook, and that should hopefully help me actually like take it in a little bit more. But we will see. Right now I'm going to tidy my room, put the Project for Awesome live stream on, and we'll see where we go from there. But we're going to breeze past that. It is Monday now. No, it's not. It's Tuesday. I didn't film a clip yesterday. But I have been reading. I was doing a buddy read last week of The Blade itself with Lisa and Meg, and I got very, very behind on it. But we should have finished this on Sunday. I have Sunday's pages left to read and then I'm done. So I'm going to try and read that today before sprints start. And then we have sprints tonight because it's Tuesday. So I will start something else then. I think probably something like romance based, because I just want something light and fluffy before I move on to God's Grave, which I need to read for the live show. I will not be finishing my February TBR, I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to try and get as much done as possible. I've basically got 4 books left to read on it after I've read this, which is God's Grave, Highly Suspicious, and whatever it's called, the Talia Hibbert one, the one that I'm probably going to read tonight, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and the Bromance Book Club. So I'm going to go on to the Talia Hibbert one, then God's Grave, and then I'll probably go on to maybe the Bromance Book Club, or maybe I should read the Irregular Witches one, because I know Meg wants me to read that one, but we will see. Anyway, I'm going to go because my phone is like on less than 10% battery. But I just thought I would say hi. I'll try and film a clip this evening with updates on this one and like actual thoughts on it, because I have thoughts, I just can't formulate them right now. Hello. So I did remember to film a clip, but unfortunately it's late, so everyone's asleep, so I'm being very quiet. We're going to ignore this ridiculous spot on my head as well. But I did finish my book. Let me just grab it so I can hold it up for reference, just so you know what I'm talking about. I finished The Blade itself. I'm giving it 4 stars. Like, I enjoyed it. There's a lot of setup. It's a lot of setup for a first book in a series. It feels like not very much really happens. Like, we haven't got to like a big climactic point for the first book to kind of lead you on to the next part. We've kind of just got people in position to do things rather than like anything actually happening. But the writing style's good, the characters are good. I just really don't know what the setup is for at the minute. Like, I just feel like we don't know enough of the world. I like that the world building isn't just like spoon fed to you, but also I just feel like I don't know anything about the world at the minute. So I'm going to carry on with the series. I'm giving it a 4-star, but I'm just a little bit like, I need something to pick up in the second one, otherwise I'm not going to enjoy it that much. I was going to start reading the one that I can't remember the name of, Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute, but then I was doing something on my computer and I wanted an audiobook instead, and I remembered that I started the audiobook of A Conjuring of Light like 2 weeks ago, so I've put that back on and then I'll hopefully finish that tomorrow now. I've also remembered that I have Heatwave to read as well. I said what my TBR was earlier and I forgot that Heatwave is one of those, but again I'm going to get the audiobook for that because I've had the audiobook for all the rest of the series. So this month is going to be a lot of audiobooks, but that is fine. If that's what it takes to get me reading, that is fine. Right now I'm going to go because I'm not even sure if you can hear this, but I will update you tomorrow. Hello, it's time for another late night, slightly quiet update. Yes, this thing is still on my forehead and it's still really, really irritating me. What have I been doing? It is Wednesday. I've been at work today. I wasn't able to read too much. Like, I listen to audiobooks while I'm working, but it depends what I'm doing because there's sort of 2 parts to my job, one where I can listen to audiobooks and one where I can't. Today was a can't listen to audiobooks day, but I have been able to listen to a fair amount since work. So I've been listening to A Conjuring of Light. I was hoping to get it finished today because I was hoping that I would be able to listen to a little bit more during the daytime, like in breaks and things, and I just wasn't. So I've still got like 2.5 hours left of the audiobook. I'm gonna listen to like, I've actually worked out how many pages I'm into it now because I've picked the actual book up as well. So right now I'm 388 pages in. I'm going to listen to like another 10 pages tonight before I go to sleep because that'll get me to the end of the section because the Dark Shade of Magic books are in like sections. So I'm going to get to the sort of start of the next one to make it better to carry on tomorrow. I'm very, very much enjoying it. It's going to be a 5-star read. We know this. It's one of my favourite series. It's my favourite book in the series. I forget how much I actually just love this one. Well, I said it's my favourite book in the series. No, probably the second one's my favourite because it's got the trials in it. But I like how this all wraps up. I think it's a very, very good ending to a series. So I'm enjoying that. I have not started reading anything else. I was going to, again, start a physical book this evening because I was hoping to have listened to more of this during the day. But because I didn't, I just ended up listening to the audiobook and I was scrapbooking for the evening. I have my theatre scrapbook where I put like things of all the shows I've been to see. It's something I started last year, and I've got a bit behind on it. I've not filled it in for any of the January or February shows I've been to. So I printed off all the pictures for it yesterday, and I've started sticking them in today. So that's something I'll be doing over the next week or so. I am planning on doing a video where I go through my scrapbook and sort of show you me doing a couple of pages in it. I've actually planned out my videos for the next 2 months, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll be seeing more videos from me. I'm trying to regularly put up 3 videos a week. I'm not going to say I definitely will, but that's the plan at the minute. And I have like every video planned up until the middle of April right now, so we're doing okay. But yeah, right now I'm just going to finish tidying up. I've just been sort of putting all my scrapbooking stuff away. So I'm just going to actually move it off my bed now that I've sort of grouped it all together. And yeah, work tomorrow, but tomorrow is the day where I can listen to an audiobook. So I'm going to do that rather than just putting a musical on to listen to, because that's what I normally do. Well, speaking of musicals, I booked another ticket today. Me and Meg are going to see Sondheim's Old Friends, which is a concert that was on like last year, I think it was. It was to celebrate Stephen Sondheim's life. Stephen Sondheim, the writer of many musicals, and it was like a one-off concert at the time. They showed it on TV over Christmas, and they are now doing it as an actual run at the Gielgud Theatre at the end of the year. And the casting that they've been able to for it so far is fantastic. Like, because it's a concert of like various songs of his, it's not like anyone playing any particular role. It's just various different people in it, but the 2 main people they've announced so far are Bernadette Peters and Lea Slonga, who, like, I've seen Lea Slonga before. I saw her in Les Mis at the 25th anniversary concert, but Bernadette Peters, I can't wait to see her on stage. It's going to be fantastic. We booked tickets for that this morning because the pre-sale was today. We're going for both our birthdays in November. Our birthday's on the same day, for anyone who doesn't know, so we're going to go then, and I'm very excited. But yeah, I should probably pack up and go to sleep. I just wanted to I'm trying to make sure I actually have a vlog go up this week. So there we go. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Hello, it is now Thursday evening. I have finished a book, finally. I have finished the audiobook of A Conjured of Light. I did read along with some of it physically, but mostly I've just been listening to the audiobook. It's now like 9:45 at night. I did really plan on finishing this while I was at work today, and I listened to like a good hour and a half of it this morning, and then I went on my lunch break. I still had half an hour left, and while I was on my lunch break I put a musical cast recording on. I put Bonnie and Clyde on because I'm getting all excited because I'm going to go and see it soon, and then I was just really in the mood to sing things, so I ended up singing along to things while I'm working really helps me concentrate. Don't know why. So I ended up putting Bonnie and Clyde, then Last 5 Years, and then what did I finish on? I put something else on after, and I can't for the life of it. Oh, it's Waitress, there we go. So I was just like singing a lot. All of those shows have featured Jeremy Jordan at some point. There's a connection there. Anyway, so I was like just putting those on, and then when I came upstairs, like after like finishing work, having food, all of that sort of stuff, I just did not straight away pick up a book. I was just like scrolling on TikTok and various other like things on my phone, which meant that I did not pick the book up until like on 9 o'clock, which is why I've just now finished it. I'm not giving it 5 stars because of course I forgot how much I actually really like the ending. Like, I like how everything ties up but is still left open, and now knowing that there is definitely a sequel coming, like she is in the editing process of it now, knowing that that's coming, I'm so excited for Threads of Power, because like this is left at such an interesting point. Like, everything is tied up but everyone's sort of gone on their own like separate like path at the end of the book, and I'm very excited because I like where everyone's left. It does make me a bit worried though, because like some of the characters are in like nice places, and I'm like, you're gonna have to create drama, aren't you? And I don't want this. I am glad that Threads of Power does have like new characters. Like, there are new main characters as far as I know. I think what she said is that everybody that survived, is the way she described it, everyone that survived the initial series is going to be like a POV character, but there are also new POV characters, so I assume they are sort of like new main characters, and then the other ones kind of just feature in it a little bit, maybe, I don't know. So I think that gives more scope to like have the drama be with them, and then just like the older characters be like, oh, this again, really? But no, there's so much opportunity. Like, there's so many things left open at the end of the first series, so I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't think it shouldn't feel like just a sequel for the sake of there being a sequel. It feels, reading that ending very much feels like usual, I've had this idea for a while, and just obviously publishing, you never know if you're going to actually be able to do it. I am going to start reading Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute now. I'm going to try and get a bit of that read tonight. I want to actually try and read physically, and I thought the YA rom-com might be the best one to do that. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll probably catch you up tomorrow. I was going to film tonight, but I couldn't bother to put makeup on. But I'm out of the house tomorrow for work, so I'll have to put makeup on for that. So I'm like, I'll film tomorrow night because I need to do my TBR. I also do need to film my theatre wrap up because I've seen everything that I'm going to see in February. So I need to film that this weekend, ready to go up on Monday. I think that one's going up, so you should have seen it before this. It'll have been an exciting one because obviously the main theatre this month that I get to wrap up is New York, and I have so many thoughts on the shows that I saw in New York. We all know I'm just going to talk about Moulin Rouge for like a good half hour of that video, so I hope you're ready for that. Anyway, I'm going to go and actually try and read some physically now, and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Once again, I've just like quickly taken down all of the TBR Mash prompts from behind me so you don't see what it is, and then realised that this video is going up after TBR Mash, so it didn't really need to happen. I've just filmed my TBR. It is Friday evening. It's probably, what time is it? It's 9:10, so it's not like the latest, but it's also not the earliest. I only had about 2 hours sleep last night. Like, I'm not a great sleeper anyway. I normally get about 5 hours each night, but last night was 2, so I'm very tired. I'm very glad it's the weekend now. That being said though, like, my reading's doing okay. I didn't really read a lot of Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute last night. I started to, and my brain just wasn't taking it in physically, which is the story of everything at the minute. But I did enjoy what I did read. Completely forgot that this book was going to take place in the UK, like in England specifically, because Talia Hibbert is like a British writer. I just completely forgot about that, and I mean, I'm hoping that I'm okay with it. It sounds a bit weird because obviously I am British myself. Oh, that was an email coming through. Basically, I find sometimes that British YA I find a bit harder to like get along with, because I find that like a lot of like British YA writers still write schools as if like they are based on these like American teen dramas that they've seen on TV, and not necessarily based on like actual British schools. And when they do write them based on like actual British schools, they sometimes just feel like way too cringy, because like, I don't know, like the sort of level of drama that you need for a book, like for these sort of like rom-com type YA books that I read, just tends to fit better in that more Americanized setting, which could be completely fake. Like, I don't know if that's realistic at all, but because I don't have experience of it, I don't know if it's fake, so it's absolutely fine. Whereas sometimes I'm reading like these sort of like really glossy stories that are set at a British school, and I'm like, no, that is nothing what a British school is like whatsoever. And then when they are really realistic, I'm like, oh good god, we're not great, are we? Like, it's very, yeah, cringy. So you have to kind of find that right balance. I'm hoping Talia Hibbert does. For some reason I don't have that issue when it comes to like adult romances set in Britain. Like, I feel like by that point we've matured a little bit, but when you're in secondary school, whole other level. Anyway, I have also started another YA book. Actually, I started the audiobook of Heatwave by TJ Klune, which is the third book in the series that started with The Extraordinaries. I assume it's just called The Extraordinary series. It's the superhero series anyway. It's the third and final book in the trilogy, and I'm about halfway through. I think I was listening to it on my commute this morning because I was like out and about, as I said. I'm enjoying it so far. I do really like this one. Like, so I've read a few TJ Klune books now. I've read House and Cerulean Sea, I've read Under the Whispering Door, loved both of those. Read the first two in The Extraordinaries, loved both of those. Read Wolfsong, didn't love it. Wolfsong is, I feel like he writes very like different styles, like his books. Some of them are more like similar to each other. Like, I would group House and Cerulean Sea and Under the Whispering Door together because they both have a similar writing style. And then The Extraordinaries is completely different. It's YA. It's very cringy, but in a different way than the sort of stuff that I can't handle that I've just been saying. Like, it's just more, oh, please get your foot out of your mouth type situation with this kid. But very, very realistic in that way, which I find fun. And also there's superheroes involved, so it's just fun. Wolfsong is I don't know if it's supposed to be like a YA series or an adult series. It's kind of on the borderline, I think, because the characters in the first book anyway start off young, which is part of my issue with it. But it's a very, very different like teen character than he is writing in The Extraordinaries, and I much prefer this sort of storyline. Like, there's nothing in this that's making me feel uncomfortable, which is good. Actually, like the relationship in this one I adore, and I am very much like, and I like that he's giving you a lot of time with that relationship as well. Like, it's not been from when sort of they like got together, it's not been like loads of needless drama. There's been drama about other things, but not within the relationship. They're quite solid, and I always like when that happens because I like just getting like the cutesy moments. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, very much enjoying it so far. I may put the audiobook back on tonight rather than trying to read physically, because I am tired. As I said, I had very little sleep, but I'm also very awake, so we will see. I could also just edit my TBR, but I'll probably do that in the morning. Anyway, I need to tidy now so I can actually like get myself comfortable, but I thought I would just film a clip while I had makeup and lighting, and maybe I will even like pause for a thumbnail now. I do have a long video that I need to film tomorrow. I was going to do it tonight, but then because I didn't sleep last night, I'm like, oh no. So either tonight or tomorrow, because it's going up on Monday, which is going to be my theatre wrap up. I think I've already mentioned that a few times, but that is a plan for this weekend. I need to film that. I would like to definitely finish Heatwave. I would like to read God's Grave, because I need to sit and read that with the annotated copy so I can make notes, because I have the Litjoy annotated copy. So I've been like, on the live shows, I'm kind of catching people up on like things that Jay Christophers wrote in the notes as well. I'm just giving that like a little extra perspective. So I need to do that, but I need to actually be sat there so I can make notes, because like with the co-hosts of the read-alongs, there are 3 main co-hosts, and then we've got a guest host as well for each series. So our main co-hosts are myself, Catherine and Lisa, and then a guest for Nevernight is Ash. Me and Ash have both read the entire series. Ash has actually read them multiple times, and then Lisa and Catherine, well, Catherine had not read any of it. Lisa had read Nevernight, so Lisa is now at the point where she doesn't know what's going to happen at all. So the live shows are kind of being led a little bit by me and Ash, because we can sort of ask the questions because we know what's important, and then it's just interesting like getting their perspectives. And I think particularly for this next one, I kind of need to be quite concise in like my thoughts of it, because again, obviously I know where it's headed, and I want to kind of have the discussions that I feel like need to be had without spoiling things for people. And I'm really worried I will sort of spoil things, so that's why I'm like keeping quite extensive notes and being like, okay, you can talk about this, but you can't talk about this. And oh, there's stuff that happens in God's Grave that I can't wait to see the reactions for. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm gonna go. I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow. Hello. I thought I should probably do a vlog clip while I'm sat here filming other things. I've just filmed my PA wrap up. It's took me an hour to film it, and I know that a lot of it is just me rambling about around of it, and I need to like try and condense that down to a reasonable length video. Reading wise, I have been listening to some more of Heatwave, but I have not made the start on God's Grave that I wanted to make. I'm hoping to read some of it tonight because I'm on Tory sprints. And what else do I need to do? I've not read any more Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. I'm hoping I might put that to one side. I've only read the 1 chapter so far, so I might put that to one side, read God's Grave, and then come back to it. But I don't know. We will see. I do also need to edit this video because it needs to go up tomorrow. The theatre one I'm talking about, this one goes up on Wednesday, so I can leave this and edit it on Tuesday. But yeah, I'm just not doing quite as well as I wanted to this weekend. I don't even know what I did yesterday. Like, not that much. But I caught up on a lot of YouTube videos, and that is about all I did. So will I finish things I need to finish by the end of the month? Who knows? We will see. I just realised in that last clip I didn't actually say that yesterday was Saturday and that I didn't film a clip yesterday. So it's Sunday now. So I probably will film one more clip to wrap up the vlog at the end. But yeah, it's Sunday. Hello, it is now Monday and I am here to wrap this vlog up because of course I didn't film a clip yesterday. I did read though, that's actually why I didn't film a clip. I was on Tory Sprints, and I read 200 pages of Godsgrave, so I'm like halfway through now. I also like got a lot of voice notes from Lisa because she got to the end of it, and I'm loving her reactions. I can't wait for the live show. There's going to be some very, very interesting discussions. Me and Smash were sort of having our own separate conversation about what Lisa was sending us because we've both already read it, so we were sort of like, she's telling us this, but we have to like bite her tongue. And it was, yeah, it was funny when she got to the particular moment, like right at the very end. I knew like that her reaction was going to be great, and it did not disappoint. I have actually finished another book since, well, actually I've read 2 books since then, but I'll talk about the one that I was like halfway through in last week's vlog, and then I will talk about the other one that I've actually read in its entirety today in the next vlog you will see, because that is where Monday's thoughts are supposed to go. But I did end up finishing Heatwave. I finished it this morning while I was sort of the beginning of the day. I had it on while I was working the audiobook, and I'm giving that one 4 stars. It's pretty much the same as everyone in that series. Like, I enjoy them, they are fun, good times, but there's something just like a little bit too cringy about the writing, just a little bit too like it reads very staccato, like the sentences, especially listening to the audiobook, there's not a lot to them. It's got like a particular rhythm to it, and sometimes it just gets a little bit, like, it's very easy for me to zone out when I'm listening to them, but I have a good time for what they are, so like I give them 4 stars because they're not going to be like all-time favourites, but I enjoyed them. So that is another series that is finished with that one. And yeah, like I said, I did read another book today, but I will talk about that in next week's vlog. So that is everything. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below, and I'll see you guys soon with a new video. Bye.